there's Stan Lee, he did those movies, and all I did was a little cameo. Oh, but wait, I'll tell you a secret. I'm going to tell you why the cameos are more important than you may think, and why they have helped Marvel make all that money. But keep it among you, keep it to yourselves. If this gets out, it may change everything.
The amazing Stan Lee came to the 2015 C2E2 conference.
I like that it's standing remotely in here, because our next guest, he is probably the hardest working man in show business. I don't know how he does it all. He is the inspiration behind so many characters we love, and probably the reason a lot of us are here today. Not to mention one of the most good-looking men here. Please welcome Mr. Stan Lee!
I know.
You're the reason everyone's here.
Write a letter to the committees or whoever is in charge of these, to the movie studios, and just say it's about time Stan starred in one of the movies. Robert Downey Jr. is so lonesome being up there on the top with nobody to share that luster with. What am I talking about?
Would you create a new Avenger for yourself? Now a new Avenger character?
Yeah, Stan Lee. Now, the funny part is there's a rumor that I'm the Watcher. So I'm practically there. You notice I'm very shy about talking about myself. I never told anybody, and they never told me what it is that the true believers believe. We just call them true believers. I have no idea what it is you believe, so maybe next time we get together, you can let me know what the hell true believers means.
True believers means we believe in you.
See why I like the kid? I'm due for agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. I'm just surprised they didn't make me the head of S.H.I.E.L.D. That's another thing you can write letters about.
Thank you, great question. Hi.
Hello, my name is Eric. I am from Green Bay, Wisconsin. And I was wondering, who would you rather be? Magneto or Cyclops?
Well, Cyclops is definitely a good guy. Magneto we're not sure about, but I'd rather have Magneto's power.
Hi.
Hi, I'm Michael. I'm from Willowbrook, another Chicagoan suburb, and I'm a big fan of Marvel Universe and Spiderman specifically, and thank you for creating them. And my question is, you're seeing all these new renditions of all your characters and such. How do you feel the way that they're doing it? Do you feel like, wow, this is so amazing, I created that? Or you feel, no, don't do that, I don't like that?
You have to forgive me, even though I seem like a model of physical perfection. I don't hear as well as I did, and thank you for helping me.
You're welcome.
But I love the movies that they have made. I love the fact that they take the ideas that I originally came up with and they make them seem so big and so important, and they're on the screen and people love them. And I get a lot of credit for them, and I really have nothing to do with the movie. I feel like a phony. Everybody goes, boy, this Stan Lee, he did those movies, and all I did was a little cameo. Oh, but wait, I'll tell you a secret. I'm going to tell you why the cameos are more important than you may think, and why they have helped Marvel make all that money. But keep it among you. Keep it to yourselves. If this gets out, it may change everything. The cameos, as you know, are very brief. Some of them are only 5 seconds long, or less than that. Now picture this. A guy and his date are at the movie and they're watching Spiderman or X-Men or the Avengers or whatever. And the movie ends and they say, I didn't see your cameo. I must have been bending down for some popcorn and I missed it. Well, what do they do if they didn't see my cameo? They run back to the box office. They buy another ticket, because obviously nobody wants to miss my cameo. So I figure that half of the money that they make on those movies is because of my cameos. It's up to the people who do the movie. But I must admit, I've been very nice to the director of Big Hero 6. I send him little notes telling him how much I like the movie and asking him if he'd like to have lunch or dinner with me. It'll be on me. I don't know if he realizes what I'm getting at, but I try. Of course, there'll be a second one. I'm sorry, I didn't know that was the question.
Thank you.
I had already done a couple of superheroes for Marvel. I forget which. I think the Fantastic Four, maybe the Hulk, I don't remember. And my publisher said, I want you to come up with a new superhero. I think we're on a roll. So when you try to dream up a new superhero, the first thing you have to think of is what power will he have? And I couldn't think. I mean, the Thing was the strongest guy, the torch could burst into flame, the Hulk was this, that. What's left? And I saw a fly crawling on the wall. And I thought, oh man, if I could have a character who can crawl on walls like a fly, that was the first bit of it. And I had to then think of a name for this character. I didn't like Fly Man. I thought of Insect Man, Mosquito Man, and nothing sounded right. And then I thought of Spider-Man. It just sounded so dramatic, you know? So I said, hey, that's cool, I'll call him Spiderman. No, I'm lying to you. Because in those days, I don't think we had the word cool. I probably said, that's groovy. But anyway. Then I thought I'd make him a teenager so he'd be different. Then I thought I'd give him a lot of personal problems. Because I realized I never knew if Clark Kent had personal problems or if Batman had I felt we ought to have a hero who's like anybody else who has personal problems. So I went rushing into my publisher. I was so excited. And I said, I got just the character you want. I want to call him Spider-Man. He'll be a teenager, and he's got a lot of personal problems. The publisher looked at me and said, that is the stupidest idea I have ever heard. He said, first of all, people hate spiders, so you can't call a hero Spider-Man. You can't make him a teenager, because teenagers can only be sidekicks. And you want him to have personal problems. He said, Stan, don't you know what a superhero is? They don't have personal problems. So you can imagine how cheerful I felt when I left the office. But we had a magazine we were about to kill. It was called Amazing Fantasy. I loved it, but it wasn't selling that well, and we were going to drop it. Now, when you kill a magazine, nobody cares what you put in the last issue, because it's the last issue. Just to get it out of my system, I put Spider-Man in that last issue and featured him on the cover. About a month later, after the sales figures came in, my publisher called me into the office and he said, hey Stan, do you remember that character of yours, Spider-Man, that we both liked so much? He said, why don't you do a series? And that's how Spider-Man was born.
Stan Lee is a legend in the world of comic books. He has been with Marvel Comics since the early 60s, and he's responsible for creating Spiderman, the Fantastic Four, and the Hulk, among many other things. He is also an actor, having had cameos in all the Marvel movies, and he was also in the movie Big Hero 6, and will probably be in the sequel to that too. His audience participation session was great. He answered a lot of questions, and he had a lot of funny anecdotes and sayings, and he was a blast. Thanks for watching this, and please comment, share, and subscribe. Bye.